early impressions here being back out here for training camp?
Yeah. Well, one is hot. I mean, that's for one. I don't think it's been this hot in a long time. Out of all the training camps I've been in, although the wind is nice, I will say that we do got a pretty nice wind. But it's been good, man. Obviously, we got a new coaching staff, so everything's pretty new. Putting in new plays, formations, getting to know different coaches. It's really been fun. I'm not gonna lie. I think the players have adjusted well. I think being this is my 6th training camp, just seeing different players in and out, learning new faces, learning new names, it's always been fun. I think I've always been grateful to know that I've been here this long and to, even see you guys' faces and, seeing you guys 6 times just, out of the time I've been here and seeing new faces, you always show a lot of gratitude. And so, honestly, I feel like these times are a lot of reflections. I feel like it's one of those times where you kind of smile through even like the grueling times of just being in the heat. That's why it's so funny we talking about the heat because, it's just those times of reflection, just to look back and really enjoy what's been going on. Aside from what Kellen, Spencer, Tyler, Jake, even Hunter, those guys are doing. That's kind of the big talk, but there's a lot of other people that's doing a lot of great things, and I don't want to shy away from that. So it's been good, man. Just seeing people step up. I know you've seen a lot of the older guys not being able to play today, just from chilling out. You see a lot of young guys stepping up and doing their thing. So it's been fun to see for the past 3 days we've been out here.
Juwan, has it been fun for you to almost have to prove yourself again since it is a whole new staff, a new offense?
Yeah, I love it. I love that. I've been doing just prove myself for quite some time. I did it at Penn State. I did it at Oregon. I did it when I was cut. I did it when I was with Sean Payton. I did it when I was a DA. Now I'm doing it with Coach Moore. It's honestly it's part of your identity, and it's honestly you're not really proving them. You're really proving yourself right. And so, you see the things that you do wrong, and you kind of prove yourself right, and you kind of go from there. And that's kind of one of the best things because it kind of creates more of a solid foundation in what you do. Like, this is who I am, and you kind of go out there and kind of prove yourself right over and over again. These people don't know you, but you know you. And so when you go out there, you do things just like, people kind of get wild about. And it's like, man, I've been doing this for a while. And so, you're just kind of proving yourself right. It's kind of, you really want to have fun with it, but you also want to have a demeanor and a discernment about it. Just like, man, this is something that, I get paid to do. This is my job. It's not a wow moment. This is just what you guys pay me for. So this is just what I'm doing. So, yeah, more so that.
You've played with several different quarterbacks over your time. What's different about these quarterbacks?
What's different? Well, the ball still comes out the same way. A lot of the time I don't really know who's on the ball. To be quite honest with you. Besides Hunter's a left-handed thrower, so I kind of know when he's on the ball. But it's been interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It kind of, you feel like in situations you're kind of in a conundrum, but and the biggest thing of it all, I feel like, it's easy to just see the ball, catch the ball, regardless of who's throwing it. They're all doing well, so it's like, my wife asks me every night, when we're watching Love Island or something like that, who did well today? I'm like, honestly, actually, I don't know. I mean, I'm just catching the ball wherever it's at. She's over there watching, Love Island and looking at whoever's in the villa or whatever. And I'm over here grinding in the heat. So that's us. So, but yeah, I mean, they're all doing really well. They're all taking on the role of the competition really well, and it's been stupendous.
Juwan, you told us about
because you had Breeze, you had Derek Carr, you're in the quarterback competition. So I don't know if your approach changes any because you've got QBs right now in a competition, or is it about the same and making available for all of them?
Yeah. Well, you got to think of it like this. I mean, this is not the only time I've been in a QB competition. We've been in one with Jameis and Taysom, so we've had that whole thing. So it's been the same approach. You kind of want to be open to all of them because, it has been different when you have a 4-way battle. I've only had a 2-way battle, but now you have all those guys in the mix. It does make it a little bit difficult, but at the same time, you have to treat it all the same. if those guys want to get some extra time with you, you make yourself available, and that's just how I want to be. I want to be like that security blanket and that comfort for any, quarterback who's out there. So I know today Jake took a load of the first team reps today, so just being available to him, encouraging him in that. I know the first day was Spencer, and the day after that was Tyler. So just being available for those guys. You can't make those guys feel like they're on the bag of chips when they don't got it all already yet. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that those guys feel comfortable with you and what's going on.
John, you told us about the late night phone.
I got you, brother. I know you've been asking. I know I got you.
Good. You told us about the late night phone call with Kellen Moore before re-signing everything.
Yeah.
What have you seen so far? I know it's early, but what have you seen so far that aligns with some of the things that y'all discussed when you were talking about role and coming back and all these things?
Yeah, exactly what he said. I think that's a true testament to him too. Like, he was a man of his word. I think going into it, the one thing I wanted to prioritize is just knowing that I was involved, and that's one thing that I always wanted to be. Because I know I have so much to offer. I mean, that's just kind of how it's been. I know I have so much to offer, and I know what I'm offering. In hindsight, I know what I was offering wasn't always on the sideline, but I know if that's my role, then it will be that. I just know in my heart of hearts right now that what I have to offer doesn't just have to be on the sideline, it can be on the field. So I was just expressing that to him. He was really receptive of that, and honestly, whatever's happening on the field right now, it's really, it's not contradicting what he said on the phone before. So it's been good, man. Good relationship, good vibes for everybody. Honestly, this has been a vibe that I haven't experienced in a long time. So locker room vibe's been good. Coach's relationship with the players has been great, and I think that's something that a lot of players feel comfortable with, especially going onto the field. Like, you don't want to go into the field and feel like you feel like you got a strap on you where you feel like you can't do much. You feel like you can go out there and make a mistake and it'll be okay because they're encouraging you to make, plays. So it's not a failure. It's more so like learning to do things that aren't wrong, like that aren't right. So just learning from your mistakes and not realizing that it's failure. It's just you can do different things a different way.
When was the last time you felt this vibe?
Maybe when we were 5-2 going into, honestly, right before Jameis, got hurt, honestly. That's when the vibes were really high. The vibes were really high, man. We felt good about the season, and obviously we know how that season turned out. We're not going to bring up skeletons, all right? That's just what we're not doing. But I'm just talking about the vibe. The vibe, everybody was, everybody in the locker room was vibing, and so everybody felt good. And that's kind of like a vibe I feel, just in terms of the excitement people have going onto a field, knowing that they just want to go and compete. It's worse when you go out there and just like, man, like my body feels, it's sore, it's hurting. But, there's a certain rhythm about this team right now that really wants to go out there and play. Like me talking to Chase in the cold room. We always had that fortune of being in the cold room. I know some people don't, but Chase is on a different mindset right now, and I love that about him. And I know that some people may feel like he didn't deserve what he got, but I wholeheartedly believe what he got compensated for his contract is going to reflect this year, and I'm super excited to see him play. He looks stronger. He's in a better mental state. His recovery's been great. He has nutritionists. He's taking this whole thing like a pro. So I'm excited to see what Chase does this year and see what he can do with the haters.
Good in the offseason. I felt like you had more to do here. And what about being back in the building that's going to reassure you?
Yeah. When I got back here, it's kind of like that yeehaw moment. I don't even know what a yeehaw moment is, but I was just excited to be back because we didn't want to leave. Like I said from the very beginning when I told my wife, it would be cool to finish somewhere where you started, and so that's something that I always wanted to do. It's very rare, and we built a massive community here. We love the community. Hopefully, for the most part, the community loves us back. But we have so much that we want to pour into the community. That's one thing that we wanted to do, especially going into these next 3 years that we have here. And so we have a lot to do. There's a lot more I want to do with the Saints. We've only been to the playoff once since I've been here in the past 5 years, and that's not something that I want to leave from. I actually want to start with the process of being a rebuild in that. So I definitely want to start making those strides to gain the division, win that. The Bucs have been dominating that. All props to them, but we know that we're right there. It's not like we're games away. We're just a couple games away from winning the division, and that's something that's totally right there for us in our hands. And so we're excited. Like I said, we got a good vibe, keeping guys healthy. Coach Moore has done a tremendous job. Ted and there and the strength staff has done a great job. Sean and Ben and the training staff has done a great job in keeping our bodies healthy during this whole time. This is the best I've felt in the past 3 days in camp than I have in a long time. So that just shows the steps that they've made to take care of guys, make sure they're ready, because we're going into an off day. I've been going into an off day feeling pretty darn good. And so that hasn't felt like I've been straining to like eke myself into an off day. And they've done a great job in getting our bodies right.
Is part of that the schedule that Coach Moore's kind of developed, and just like no waste of time, and make sure y'all get your recovery?
Yeah, and he's allotted quite a bit of time in the middle of the day. It kind of forces you to recover. If you waste time, if you waste 3 hours, like that is something that I've never heard of somebody wasting 3 hours unless there's a video game in our locker room, which I don't even think there is, but there might be. But it forces you to recover. And so it treats us as pros like we're supposed to be. And we don't have to go outside to an outsource and go somewhere and get recovery and all that stuff. It's all in-house. And I've even brought some of my own equipment in here to help some guys like, look, this is what you can use so we can be great. And so I feel like that's kind of like a role that I try to do. Like if I have some stuff, I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm trying to help other guys get right too. And so it's been the best thing about it, just having guys in there, gaining the opportunity to get in the cold tubs, recovery room and all that other stuff. And honestly connect. Like there's not a lot of times where we're in here until 8 o'clock. Guys are connecting. We're here talking to each other. So yeah.
You talked quite a bit about Kellen, but what is the vibe with Nuss as OC and then y'all's relationship?
Nuss is all right. Nah, Nuss is great, man. I think Nuss is like such a competitor, man. Like he is, like you can tell when Nuss is about to be like on a certain vibe a certain day. You can just tell, like today, like when certain vets aren't playing, like Nuss is about to be on today. And that just tells me that, all right, like I need to step up my leadership role a little bit. Just because some guys aren't practicing today, that means he wants us to turn it up a notch. Because he knows like some guys will dial it back. And so, so Nuss is one of those coaches where he really expects a lot out of his players, which I love, because the thing is, it's worse when certain guys aren't doing something and they don't coach you up. And that's the worst thing you want. Nuss is a guy who's going to keep prying, he's going to keep trying to coach you, and he expects a lot out of his players. I mean, he's been coaching a long time, so he's seen the greats play, he's seen some of the worst play. And so when he sees some guys who are similar in attributes, he knows he sees some potential. So I love a guy like Nuss. He's one of the older guys on the staff, and so which is interesting with a bunch of young guys. But he's been great, man. And honestly, I'm really excited to see where this whole thing comes into fruition.
What do you make of Taysom and Boston not being out there?
Yeah.
Does that affect how you approach each day with younger guys with reps?
Yeah. It doesn't affect much from us on the field. Off the field, you see more of a different because you got Foster in the room and he's coaching those guys, and I think that's great. When it comes on the field, he is on the field. So the thing is, it's like a lot of those guys, we aren't really seeing like where can we turn to. We're really coaching ourselves. At the end of the day, we're all grown. Like we don't need like a babysitter telling us like what we should be doing. But the thing is, it's collaborative and it's camaraderie. And so the biggest thing is just helping those guys out, doing what they can do, regardless of who's out there. Obviously, we miss guys like Taysom and Foster. But at the end of the day, we still got a job to do. We can't be like, well, we don't have these guys out here. Like I need to turn up a little bit. No, just be you and just play football, have fun. Like I think the pressure of all that is gone. Like that whole scenario is gone. Like we have a vibe in this room, especially in our tennis room. You go out there, you have fun, you make plays, and we're gonna be behind you, support you. Like there's no pressure. Like that's where the worst mistakes come. And the thing is, we're not doing that.
Is this no offense, but come in for what can he add?
He can add so much. One, he can add a lot of explosiveness to the offense, and I'd be extremely excited to have him on here. I mean, the thing is like you've had guys like Ben Watson and Jimmy Graham here before. I mean, you had guys like that before that's really been explosive. And so you can just think of things like that. I mean, I'm not going to go the whole like Gronk and Aaron Hernandez thing. I think that's pretty controversial if you ask me, the whole Aaron Hernandez thing. But that's the kind of potential like something like that can have. But yeah, I mean, having a guy like Noah here walking around the facility adds a vibe, but also adds some camaraderie in the room. I don't even think I said that right. Camaraderie in the room. Stop laughing. In the room. I think it'd be so good. It'll give honestly the locker room a good boost, and it'll get us going, man. I honestly think it's great. I think it's, like I said, it's never like a competition. It's more camaraderie and collaboration, and that's something that I've always took the approach of. When you see guys added into the room, it only makes the room better. It only makes guys like compete harder, go better. So I think having him in here, if he decides to come in here, it'll make it so much more better.
You know him pretty well from like
One more.
Oh, just is the emphasis on tempo kind of one of the bigger differences with this coaching staff so far?
Yeah. Yes. I feel like it's one of those fast break offense. I mean, I think when we were doing OTAs, we were looking at Thunder and Pacers clips, and I think Kellen was really excited about the Pacers clip. And I think he was more excited about that, and he was more excited about the Thunder's camaraderie in the locker room. And I think like the fast-paced sort of offense is kind of something that he's really keen into. And so I'm really excited what he has going into the offense, because I know this is only a small portion of what he's putting in, but I mean, he's really excited about it. He's got a lot turned on in his brain. I feel like he's just like, I feel like a lot of times like, whoa, like, we need to slow down a little bit. But it's exciting, man. Like, it's just so innovative. It's exciting, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, man. Because he really has a lot in store for us, and we just got to be ready to receive it and just ready to go out there and play. I think that's the biggest thing is just go out there and play, and just be free and just have joy playing. I feel like that's we get paid to do this kid game, and I think we just need to remind ourselves of that. So, yeah, to your point, yeah, just like a Pacers offense. Think of like a Pacers offense. That's what he's trying to, that's what he's trying to embody.